Welcome back, Amanda. Um, so how has the last week been for you?
It's been pretty decent, I would say.
Decent.
Yeah.
What do you mean by decent?
Well, I guess I'm making a little bit of progress with just trying to make myself better instead of waiting for things to get better.
Mhm.
You know.
How have things been with you and your son?
Well, I took your advice and I got him a journal for him to write in or draw in or whatever, and
Hmm.
I told him, he didn't have to use it if he didn't want to, but it was there if he wanted it, and I told him it was completely for him unless he wanted me to read it or look at it, then I would, but other than that, it was just for him. And he took it. I don't know if he's written anything in it or anything yet, but
Well,
he seemed pretty receptive
that's
about
good.
it.
Hopefully he'll write in there and share some things with you.
That's my hope.
And how are you and your mom getting along?
We're good. She's, I think, warming to the idea of us being around, and she's cut back on the nitpicking and whatnot. So,
That's good.
yeah.
Have you said anything to her about that, or is she just stopping that on her own?
No, she's. I think maybe my dad might have said something to her, and maybe she was feeling a little guilty, and that's why she's kind of cut back.
Hmm.
But it's been good.
And what about the job hunt? Any leads on that?
Um, Not yet, but I'm kind of thinking about maybe going back to school.
Oh, good.
So I'm doing some research and trying to see what I might want to go for and what I might like to study and that kind of thing. So
Do you have any ideas, or you're just still in the?
no, I'm still in the research part of it. You know.
That's good.
Mhm.
Okay, well, before we move any further, I have a biopsychosocial history report that I would like to do on you. It's just going to ask, different things about your history and present situations. That way I can get a better understanding of who you are and where you come from and any other problems that you have. So I'll just ask you some questions, and if you don't understand something, just feel free to stop me and I can, try to clarify some things for you.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to start with the current symptom checklist. So I'll ask you about a current symptom, and we're going to rate it either none, mild, moderate, or severe. And this is current symptoms.
Okay.
Okay, have you been experiencing any depressed mood?
Mild.
Mild.
Yes.
What about appetite disturbance? Have you been eating less or more, or not really a problem?
I would say it's not really a problem.
And how's your sleep?
My sleep is getting better, but still not on the same schedule I used to be on, so I guess I would say mild.
Okay. And how about your energy? Have you been fatigued, low energy?
I would put that in the same as the sleep. It was at first a bigger problem, but not anymore.
Okay. And what about your concentration level?
That I'm still a little frazzled on.
And how about your grooming? Have you been taking care of yourself? Showering regularly?
Yeah, I haven't had any problems with that.
Have you been experiencing any mood swings? Up and down mood?
No.
Okay. And what about agitation? Would you say?
Well, I mean, if that includes the ex-husband, then maybe.
Yeah. Yes, it's pretty normal.
Yeah.
What about emotionality? Have you been crying a lot? More than usual?
Well, my usual is more than my usual because of the divorce, but It's not out of hand. It's just, get sad more often.
Okay. What about anxiety?
No, I don't really have a problem with anxiety.
So you haven't had any panic attacks or
No.
no? Do you have any phobias?
Well, how severe are we talking? Like what? Like any kind of phobia?
Well, I guess for now we could just stick with any phobias of like
Like irrational?
yeah.
No, I don't have it.
Okay. Do you have any obsessions or compulsions?
No.
Um, do you do any binge eating or purging?
No.
Do you use laxatives or diuretics?
No.
So no anorexia?
No. I mean, obviously.
Do you have any paranoid thoughts?
No.
Delusions?
No.
Hallucinations?
No.
Would you consider yourself to have aggressive behaviors?
No.
Any conduct problems? You have problems following the law or,
No. No. Maybe thoughts when it comes to the ex. But
yeah, but if you don't do it, it's not really a problem. Then.
Exactly.
Any oppositional behavior? I guess that would kind of be
Yeah.
similar to conduct.
Yeah.
Any sexual dysfunction?
No.
Are you experiencing any symptoms of grief?
Not anymore.
Hopelessness?
No.
Social isolation?
No.
Worthlessness?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, what about guilt?
I would say a little bit, yes.
Elevated mood? I think you're pretty stable with your mood.
Yeah.
Hyperactivity?
No.
What about dissociative states?
Meaning?
Do you disassociate yourself from situations? Do you have thoughts about, maybe when, do you have problems being in a current state of mind and dealing with things, or would you rather just
No.
try to forget about it, or?
No. I'm gonna say no.
And somatic complaints, do you have any, I guess, any pains or
No.
any self-mutilation?
No.
Have you had any significant weight loss or gain?
No.
Currently, are you an emotional trauma victim?
No.
Physical trauma victim?
No.
Sexual trauma victim?
No.
Emotional trauma perpetrator?
No.
Physical trauma perpetrator?
No.
Sexual trauma perpetrator?
No.
Are you experiencing any substance abuse?
No.
Okay. So right now we're gonna talk about your emotional and psychiatric history. Have you ever been in any kind of outpatient psychotherapy? Have you ever seen another therapist or
This is
counselor?
my first time.
Okay. Have you had a family member have any outpatient psychotherapy?
Yes, I believe my dad saw someone when I was younger.
Okay. Do you know what for?
No.
Okay. Um, have you had any inpatient treatment? Have you ever been,
No, I haven't, no.
no? Okay. And so have you had any family members who've had inpatient treatment, either psychiatric or for substance abuse?
My brother was in rehab once.
Okay, and this was for substance abuse?
Yes.
Okay. What about, are you taking any psychotropic medications?
No.
So nothing for depression or anything like that? Right. Do you have any family members on any kind of psychotropic medications? This could be for anxiety or depression.
I think maybe my dad might, or maybe. I'm not sure if he's still on it. I know he used to take something, but
Okay, well, we can just put that yes. Okay. Now we're gonna find out about your family history during your childhood.
okay.
Now, your mother, was she present during your entire childhood?
Yes.
Okay. What about your father?
Yes.
Do you have a stepmother?
No.
Stepfather, so your parents are still married?
Yes.
Okay. What about any brothers?
2 brothers.
Okay. And then were they around your entire?
Yes.
Okay. Sister?
1 sister. Yes.
Okay. And did y'all have anybody else living with you? Any cousins or grandparents, aunts?
Occasionally, my uncle would come stay with us, but it was never for more than a week.
Okay. So your parents are still married to each other. And what is your father's name?
Dubby.
How do you spell that?
Dubbii.
Okay. And your mom's?
Natalie.
Okay. What does W do?
Well, he's retired now.
Retired.
Yes.
And your mother as well?
Well, she never really held a job. She's always been a stay-at-home mom. So.
Homemaker.
Mhm.
Okay. And what is your father's highest level of education?
High school.
And your mother?
High school.
Okay. And how would you rate their overall general health?
They're both in pretty good health. They've never had any major illnesses. So.
Okay. How would you describe your family experience? Was it an outstanding home environment? Normal home environment? Chaotic?
I think it was pretty average.
Okay. Did you witness any physical or verbal or sexual abuse towards others
No.
in your house? Okay. Let's see. Were you ever emancipated from your home?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, what is your marital status? You're divorced. Let's see. And how long has that been for?
About 10 months.
Okay. And have you had any other prior marriages? No. Was that your only one? Are you currently in an intimate relationship with anybody else?
No.
Okay. Other than your mom and dad live with you, right?
Yes. And my 2 kids.
Okay. And what are your kids' name again?
David and Elizabeth.
Okay. And do you know the ages of your parents?
My dad is 65.
Okay.
And my mom is 59.
And how old is David?
David is 10.
And that Elizabeth?
8.
Okay. And you don't have any other kids that aren't living with you? Okay. Have you, in the past, in your marriage, have any significant issues in your relationship?
No, the only thing that I can think of looking back is maybe lack of communication.
And would you say that you were depressed or had any anxiety issues or substance abuse or anything like that?
No.
Okay. What about your other family members? Like your mom or dad? Do you see that they have any current issues?
No. They seem pretty happy.
Okay. All right, now I'm gonna get a little bit about your medical history. How would you describe your physical health?
Good.
Good. Do you have a primary care physician?
I did, but we're not living in the same area now, so
Okay.
I haven't established a new one.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna get a history of any of the medical histories within your family. Any tuberculosis?
No.
Birth defects?
No.
Emotional problems?
I think you could probably say
Behavior problems?
no.
Thyroid problems?
No. Not that I'm aware
Cancer?
of. Well, that depends what part of, like, is this extended family or?
Just your immediate family, like
Immediate
your mom and
family?
dad and
No.
brothers or sisters. Mental retardation?
No.
Let's see, heart disease?
No.
High blood pressure?
Yeah, I think my dad has high blood pressure.
Alcoholism?
Yeah, both my brothers.
Drug abuse?
One brother, yes.
Diabetes?
No.
What about Alzheimer's disease or dementia?
No.
Stroke?
No.
Any other chronic or serious health problems?
No.
Okay. Are you currently taking any medications?
No.
Right. Let's see. Are you allergic to anything?
Dust.
Aren't we all? All right. Have you ever been hospitalized for any reason? Any car accident, surgeries?
Other than childbirth, no.
Okay. Have you taken any blood work? Any abnormal test results?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Now we're going to talk about substance abuse history for your family.
Okay.
Does your father have any alcohol or drug abuse history?
Currently, well, this is history.
Mm-hmm.
I would say he used to, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's a fine line. It wasn't like a big issue in our family.
Okay. And what about your mom?
No.
Grandparents?
My grandpa, yeah.
Okay, and then you said your
Brother,
brothers.
yes.
Okay. And your children.
No.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
Any uncles or aunts?
Yes, the uncle that would come stay with us.
Okay. Let's see. And what about your own substance use? Have you ever used alcohol?
Yes. Not, abusively, but,
What age would you say you had your
Wow.
first drink?
I was in high school, I'm sure. Probably freshman or sophomore year.
Okay. Um, you still drink occasionally?
Yeah.
About how much would you say you drink on average?
Maybe a margarita every other week. Maybe. Or the occasional glass of wine.
Okay. And have you used any amphetamines or speed?
No.
Any barbiturates,
No.
caffeine,
Coffee, yes.
and you use that daily?
Daily, yes.
Okay, what about cocaine?
No.
Crack cocaine,
No.
hallucinogens,
No.
inhalants,
No.
marijuana?
When I was younger, yes, in high school.
Okay. So, do you currently
No.
use marijuana? No. PCP,
No.
nicotine?
Not
Cigarettes?
anymore.
No. You used to smoke?
Yes. Probably from the time I was in high school till, I don't know, I think I quit around 20 or so.
Good. And how much would you say that you smoked?
I wasn't a heavy smoker. Maybe at the most half a pack a day.
Okay. What? You're not taking any prescriptions
No.
and anything else?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Let's see. So you have no substance abuse, so you haven't had any treatment, obviously. Okay. I think we're almost done here. One more page. Alright, we're going to talk about your socio-economic history. Would you say that your housing is adequate?
Yes.
So you're not homeless.
No.
Would you say that your housing is overcrowded?
No.
Are you dependent on others for housing?
Yes. For now.
Okay. Would you say that your housing is dangerous or deteriorating?
No.
Are your living companions dysfunctional?
Not in a legal sense.
Okay. What about your social support system? Do you have a supportive network?
My sister is a really good support system. I still have a couple of friends that I keep in touch with, but now that we're long distance, it's
Okay. All right. And what about your sexual history? Would you consider yourself heterosexual?
yes.
Okay. And right now you are unemployed?
Yes.
Any military history?
Yes, my dad.
But were you in?
Me? No. Sorry.
That's okay. What would you say your cultural identity? Do you have a specific religion that you follow?
No.
No. Okay. And what about your financial situation? You have financial problems? Are you in large amount of debt?
Well, I'm a single mom who lives with her parents and is unemployed with 2 kids. So I'd say yes
Okay.
to all of that.
Would you say that you have impulsive spending habits?
No.
And do you have any legal problems?
No.
You're not on parole or probation?
No.
Ever been arrested?
No.
Nothing
Not
like
yet.
that? Okay, are you currently active in any kind of recreational things or community-based things?
No.
Were you ever active in any community or recreational?
Um, yeah, I used to be involved in a mother's group, you know, a mom's get together during the day kind of thing.
Okay. And that was before you moved here?
Yes.
Do you have any hobbies?
Well, other than spending time with my kids, reading. I like to read.
Okay. Alrighty, well, I think that's all the information I need. So like I said, this will just be kept on record. That way I can have a better understanding of who you are and your past and current situations. And so have you been reading that book that I let you borrow?
Yeah, I kind of skimmed through it. I did a light reading in the first chapter. It seems like something I'll be able to read and maybe grab a few things from, so
Okay,
I
well,
appreciate it.
maybe next week we can talk a little bit about some information in the book. Do you have any questions for me today as we wrap things up?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I'd like to meet with you again next week. Would the same time be okay?
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you for coming, Amanda.
Thank you.